Walsh.
Well, we're back. How to make new friends. That's what we're looking at today, guys. We found another article online. And hopefully this can be some of use. Maybe you need a couple of more friends. Maybe your friends they're in relationships. They're married. I mean, it can be tough, when you find other people, to find other people. But then again, there's a lot of people in these brackets. Now, for instance, for me, a lot of my friends are married. A lot of my friends are in relationships, either which one. So for me, I'm quite a social butterfly, as I really say. But for me, I had to make an effort too. And we get stuck in our bubble, get stuck in our same routine. And it can be so freeing, guys. Like if you're not I don't know, what would you call it? The risk taker, let's say. Maybe this is something that you should look into. And you'd be amazed how many people are in the same fucking bracket. Now, for me, I'd always have my rock group of friends. Okay? They'd always be the default group. But, you can still have other groups of friends and things like that, because that's who you are now hanging out with, or your default group, as I call them. Well, how bad? I mean, Jesus Christ, you grew up with them. So, and here's what I would say, guys. Number one golden rule anyway, this is what I would say, is the most important thing. I'd even say this for relationships too, and you maybe heard me say this before. If somebody fucks you over, the last thing you do is go out and fuck someone else over to just feel better. In fact, I think you should go in even nicer to people. Now, of course, there can be sometimes a limit, and we can get caught off guard, okay? I mean, I've got taken advantage of, right? And I had my moments where I just said, all right, fuck this, I'm out of here. Bunch of pricks, right? But then eventually, everything was okay. Everything was okay. So you'll have your moments, but the most important thing is you don't fuck someone else over. Now, if it keeps happening to you over and over and over again, well, okay, now we're talking a different story here, you know what I mean? In terms of, like, if you're still around the same person and you're giving them a second chance. If it happens a fucking third or fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh time, well, now you're just in Whackville. That's what I would say. You're in Whackville, and you shouldn't be giving people that many chances, even though it's still nice to do it. Now, but the point is this. If you're trying to meet new people and you got fucked over by a best friend, whatever it is, meet someone new and appreciate them. That's how you get over being fucked over by someone else. Appreciate the next person that comes along. I know, and maybe it sounds stupid and fucking corny, but we've an article here today, guys, that I want to go through. So, number one, get this is unreal. They're saying here, the average, now we're looking at an American news article, because this is actually just the best one I've found on this one. It seems to be the most specific one. So, how to make new friends. The average American adult hasn't made a new friend in 5 years. Jesus Christ. I mean, like, I know the years fly by and everything, but don't you think that's a long time? I mean, what happens if your friends get into a relationship or married? Is it going to be 5 years until you get into or you find someone else as a friend or relationship? Jesus. So if you're wondering how to make new friends, you are not alone. There we go. You are not alone. That's what I was saying. So they're saying, why is making friends so hard? Because friendships are formed through shared experiences in doing hard things together, which is why a lot of our die buddies come from childhood or college. Makes sense. But as we age, we settle into our routines of work and family and errands and isolation. Before you know it, time passes and you move, change jobs or have kids. Then one day you look up and realize you're lonely. Make no mistake, it is hard to make friends. It's the worst. It's awkward and messy, and it takes time. But if you want to live a fulfilled life, you've got to do it. I think actually the one really good part there was because friendships are formed through shared experiences. I mean, Jesus, you can have a brotherhood with somebody, a sisterhood with somebody through shared experiences. I definitely agree with that one. Now, the next one, where to make new friends. If you've ever asked yourself, why do I struggle to make new friends? No, there's nothing wrong with you, but you might not be in the right environments to meet new people. Here are the top 10 where you can meet new people and make new friends. Drum roll, baby. Okay, number 1, volunteer in your community. Now, I'll be honest, I don't see many guys doing that. So any girls listening to this, I mean, you see, they have 1 to 10 here. I presume they're just in random order. I mean, if it was like, this is the 10th best, this is number 1, they'd have it in reverse order, right? But yeah, I can't imagine that being number 1. But okay, let's bite. Volunteer in your community. Well, yeah, I suppose. So what could you do? Maybe you could go to a soup kitchen. Maybe you could do... What else could you do? I've just gone blank now with this one. Volunteer in your community. So you could work in the government offices at the weekends, cleaning up rubbish, or fucking volunteering at public barbecues, local band gigs, you know. Maybe that's not a bad old idea, because, you know, we have to admit, guys, a lot of the times county councils or government offices, they will put on a show like a public barbecue or this or that, right? Maybe that's an area that you could go to. Well, it's not bad. Join a local gym or sports league. Okay, local gym. I don't know about local gym. I mean, aren't people in there to fucking work out? And these days anyway, all you get is the dipshits in there. The girls who are posing in front of the camera. You got the dudes. The guys fucking with their taking off their t-shirts like fucking assholes and fucking posing in front of the camera. So I don't know how that would work. All right, we're writing that one off for now. I can't offer any fucking insight in that one, or any maybe suggestions. Sports league, yeah, definitely. I definitely know a lot of guys who've played rugby, different sports, and they've become good friends. However, I think a sports league, you can get those friends, yes, but the problem is, if you finish the sport, a lot of the times the friendship can be over. I would just bear with... I wouldn't say don't do it, but I would just say don't be expecting that it could last forever. Hey, but then again, you'll know if you're in a sports league and you're playing and you're bonding together, you'll know if you've got a good relationship with the person or not. Christ, you will. So you don't even have to worry about that one. Number 3, visit a neighborhood coffee shop or juice bar regularly. Well, I find, like, I've got my own local coffee shop. I don't even drink coffee, but I've got a local coffee shop. And my friends love the coffee. I'm a tea man. So for me, even when I go there, it's normally the exact same time. Different days, yes, but it's always the exact same fucking time, 90% of the time. So for me, I don't see that as a big one, because you don't necessarily get the same people in there. I mean, would you get the same people in there in the morning time before work? Probably. They're picking up their quick coffee before they get in. At lunchtime? Maybe. So I would, okay, maybe there's lunchtime after work and before work. Maybe they're the times to go. Join a professional networking group. Okay, see, now we're just talking business. Do you know what? Now, then again, don't rule it out. If you're in a situation where You are Johnny at work, has to go to a networking group now for your business, right? Your boss wants you to go. Maybe you should sign up. Fuck it, you never know who you could meet. And maybe you're getting extra money. Hopefully you are, because of the extra hours. Or maybe it is just good for your business and you actually might meet a friend. But does it really ever work? Organizing or mixing business with pleasure? Do you know? Especially when you need things off each other. I don't know about that one. Next one, number 5. Become a donor or support your community arts. Okay, I think we kind of covered that one, didn't we? Zoo or museum organizations, right? Number 6, go to church or join a spiritual study group. Really? Well, I guess. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm religious, as in I believe in God and everything, yes. I don't go to church, I have to admit. So I don't know how much I could call myself, religious, but then again, I am religious. But I wouldn't be going to a church to meet people, though. You know? Unless, God forbid, means strike me down. Unless you're trying to meet, pedophiles, you know what I mean? Jesus, like, seriously. Sorry, God, I shouldn't have said that. I get struck down for that. Jesus. Don't strike me down, God. Please. Okay, join a spiritual study group. I don't even know what that is. So forget that. Let's just move on. Maybe you guys know, and maybe it's worth something to check out. Number 7. I like this one. I really like this one. Take your dog to the park. I was only having this discussion last Friday, guys, and this is where I got the idea of this podcast and to look up to see what I could find. But I didn't actually see take your dog to the dog park. Right? It just lit at me as maybe meet new friends. But we were talking about that. You can definitely get a date at a dog park. I mean, Christ alive. Definitely. No question about it. Because it's not about you anymore. It's not about her. It's not about him. It's about the dogs and how they do and how much crap you gotta pick up. How many walks do you take a day? What type of dog is that? Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're very hungry, aren't they? And yeah, they're very scrappy, or they're that. You know, so got a lot to talk about right there. A lot to talk about. Take your dog. This is obviously no genius work by me here, you know. This isn't like, really, Peter? I know, I get it. But I love it, though. I really do. And actually, somebody very close to me, she got a dog only in the last 6 months, and I've fallen in love with the dog. So for me, in a way, it's kind of opened my eyes up. It's like, wow, man, I love dogs. They're so cool. They're so friendly. They're awesome. Jesus. Number 8, visit neighborhood food, art, and music festivals. Okay, well, I think we covered that there a little while ago. Number 9, I've actually been recommending this, guys, on my social media platforms. It's saying, number 9, check out Meetup for local social groups and activity calendars. I actually think this is quite a very, very powerful app, guys. App. You download on your phone for free. Called Meetup. MEETUP. As in, you're going to meet up with somebody. Alright? And there's got everything. I mean, I'm in Cork in Ireland. The fucking thing's got everything from nights out to art festivals to college nights out. I mean, to anything. Hiking groups, walking tours, bus tours. You know, you'd be amazed. Now, I can't obviously tell you that it's going to be as a fact for your city, but I know for Cork, and Cork's not the biggest city in Ireland. Dublin's the biggest one, so. But I would definitely check out Meetup, guys. Free app to download. It's worth it. Number 10. Take a class or learn a new skill through a community college or learning centre. Okay, take a class. Now, you see, I used to do Pilates, and actually I'll be going back, but our place wasn't that friendly. We had one night out, alright, definitely. And it was good laugh. But none of us actually stayed in contact. I don't think we even had each other's fucking numbers, I'll be honest with you, as far as I remember. But I mean, I do know acting class was awesome. Like, really fucking awesome. So if anybody's into acting in general, maybe you should check it out. You know? And I'm being serious. Even if you're not into acting, no big fucking deal. You're not affecting other actors there who want to make it. You know what I mean? You're not hogging their time and being selfish. No, fuck them, you know? And even if there was people in my classes that had no interest in acting, but they were like cinematographers or they were trying to be a director, so they wanted to get into the mindset of an actor. They had zero fucking interest in getting dark deep down into method and all this. Not a fucking interest at all. So I think that could be a very, very good one. And right, what else do we have here? So how to make new friends again? Why are they saying? Oh yeah. First one was where to make new friends. How to do it. Go first and put yourself out there. All friendships start with risk. When you're learning how to make friends as an adult, you gotta put yourself out there. Very true. Try to connect and see how people respond. Right? Yeah. It's scary, but it's worth it. You've got to stop waiting for someone else to reach out to you. You go first. You are worth it. It sounds like an ad, doesn't it? But it's true. You got to take a chance. Take a chance. So decide that you'll accept awkwardness and rejection. It's not always going to click or work out, but don't take any of that personally. Just keep showing up. Even if small talk, eye contact, friendliness, and smiling aren't first nature to you, you can learn the skills you need to connect with people and make friends. And then if that's where you could actually make friends in those classes. By the way, if you're facing some serious social anxiety or need to work on some basic skills for connecting, I encourage you to find a therapist who can help. Really? There's therapists out there that can help you with this shit? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Because it is connected to anxiety. It's something that probably happened in our childhood that made you anxious, therefore so it is about psychology. Sorry guys, again, brain fart twice already. Anyway, let's move this on. Number 2, be intentional about staying connected. We live in a fast-paced, self-centered, and isolated world. Making friends is an act of will and a commitment to being open and vulnerable. If you want to make more friends, you have to be purposeful about meeting people, spending time with them, and following up, whatever it takes to stay connected. This means you might need to let go of some habits and time wasters standing between you and friendships. You might need to put reminders on your calendar and practice responding to others. The key is intentionality. Wow. Okay. Number 3, focus on being a good friend. If you want to have good friends, you must first be a good friend. Now we're talking. If you want love, you have to give love. If you want respect, you gotta give respect. If you want to be a good friend, you must first be a good friend. I'm not just talking about your personality here. You don't need to be the funniest girl in the room or the life of the party guy. Number 4, ask your friends to introduce you to their friends. Oh. Okay, this tip is for how to get friends. This tip for how to get friends is for people who have moved away to a new city and are looking for community. You can use your social media network and your friends who live in other parts of the country to connect with people in your new city. If you have a friend or acquaintance who wants to meet you, or to meet someone they like, go for it. Will it be awkward? Possibly. Could it be a disaster? Maybe. But could you also end up with new friends, great connection, and a new gang? Absolutely. And guys, there's always a relief, like I find with these things. Do you know? I really do. And this thing goes on and on and on. I gotta admit, the person who wrote this, they put a lot of effort into this. Jesus Christ. But guys, we're gonna stop it there because there's a lot, and there's a bit of repeating too. I just forgot how long this thing is. But you should check it out, guys, online. You know, I'd even Google just how to make new friends. Such simple things. But guys, it's kind of like relationships. That's the way I find. And I've always had friends. I'm lucky this way. But I'm not lucky, really. I've just put myself out there. And there's guys who have absolutely fucked me over with certain things, and they would not be friends now. But that's okay. That's okay. You have to do it. Relationships, friendships. I mean, Jesus. Do you know? But in closing, guys, what I would say, the number one thing and best thing to do, find a sport or some form of competition that you can work together as a team, right? So like if it's a acting class, you'd have scenes together. So you'd bounce the scene off each other. You're trying to connect. Very, very bonding, I have to say, in acting class. It's very bonding. Then there's obviously walking tours where maybe you gotta walk together up some steep slope, right, where you need to make sure there's somebody with you at all times. You know, that can be daunting. That can be a bonding scenario too. You know? Things like this. Try and think outside the box, I'd say. So, I don't know, guys. Hopefully that helps you today. And that's how to make new friends. See you later. Bye-bye.
Peter
Walsh.